design intelligence. The F-35 is the latest Chinese 5th-gen fighter. Wait, hold on, that's not right. That's not the F-35 at all. Let me restart. A new 5th-gen carrier-based fighter has entered the market under the designation J-35, and it's the future of the Chinese Navy. Made to operate from the new Type 0003 carriers as a multi-role fighter, the J-35 wants to dominate the South China Sea and further increase the threat against American fleets in the region. So today, let's look into the development and the history of the Chinese answer to the F-35 and answer the lingering question. Is it just a rip-off, or is it any good? China entered the 5th-gen aircraft game over a decade ago with an aircraft called the J-20. In the beginning, it was ridiculed in the media by both the West and Russia. But then the J-20 prototype had its first flight in 2011. And just a year later, another plane followed under the designation FC-31. Unlike the J-20, which was sort of a unique design, combining the characteristics of the F-22 and European Delta Wing Canard configurations, the FC-31 was much less innovative and more of a copycat in its design, resembling a love child of the F-22 and the F-35. The media didn't give too much space to this jet as it was just a prototype, and it soon went into hiding, apparently losing the JXX program competition to Chengdu and their J-20. But this was not the whole truth. Let's grab some tinfoil and get down to it. You see, China has two major aircraft development companies, Chengdu and Shenyang. Both were competing starting from the 90s onwards for a job to build a new Chinese 5th-gen fighter under the JXX program. Historically speaking, Chengdu was responsible for more original designs in the People's Liberation Army Air Force, and Shenyang did licensing of friendly nations jets, and copycat designs of, let's say, less friendly nations. So in recent years, they're basically the ones behind the J-11 family, basically a license of the Su-27 and their descendants, the J-15 and 16, while Chengdu developed the J-10 and J-20, which are both original designs. Well, kind of. This information will be important throughout the story, so let me lay it all out. In 2008, Chinese hackers breached into the Joint Strike Fighter program in America and stole thousands of documents regarding the development of the F-35 stealth fighter. Darn it. A lot of these were incorporated into future aircraft like the AOTS style integrated targeting system, the canopy and front section, and the DSI intakes, but more on that later. Chengdu with the J-20 obviously won the contract and went into serial production. But the FC-31 wasn't dead, and recently it got a big upgrade. The Chinese, through various means, and I really do mean various, have managed to create a new fighter jet that might just match the stealth capabilities of the various Western powers. Now, I'm going to get into just that point in a moment, but there is a lesson here, that you shouldn't be afraid of new technology, and new ways of approaching the same problem can come up with radically new solutions. Last year, the first photos of a completely new aircraft, named the J-35, leaked from China. Leaked meaning the Chinese probably purposely showed them because at this point, they wanted the US to know what they were developing. And it's the biggest slap in the face. The new J-35 is significantly different from the original FC-31 design and significantly similar to the F-35. The design similarities were uncanny, starting with the whole front section that was ripped straight off the F-35. But they didn't stop there. They also took the vertical stabilizers, as well as the enlarged wing design and horizontal stabilizers from the Navy F-35C. The the J-35 also has IRST and other targeting equipment integrated on the same spot as the F-35, and in the same indium oxide covered housing. The new jet also has new engines. Unlike the first prototype, powered by a variant of the Russian RD-33 engines from the MiG-29, the J-35 has indigenous WS-13 engines with serrated nozzles to improve the stealth capability. Plus, there are no visible outer weapon mounting spots like on the Korean KF-21, so we can assume that all the weapons are stored internally, making this truly a 5th-gen aircraft with stealth in mind. And there are also some other interesting details to note as well. It features a one-piece canopy open frontally on a latch just like the F-35, and the pilot seat is tilted backwards to improve high-G maneuverability for the pilot. The wings are collapsible, further cementing the role of a naval aircraft, and this is a good foundation for the rest of the story, where this aircraft will be used. The Chinese lately are very keen to build a strong navy, knowing that in case of a conflict, if the US does close their access to the Pacific Ocean, their economy is in big trouble, and the Chinese Navy is the only one capable of preventing this event, spearheaded by their new aircraft carriers. From 0 to 3 carriers in just over a decade, they have surpassed even the Soviet Union. Damn, that's impressive. And this is important for our J-35s as well. The growing threat of war over Taiwan and the Chinese influence in the region has made tensions between them and the US higher than ever before. China is not just a second-hand army anymore using ex-Soviet weapons. This threat is real, and the deployment of US forces in the region and development of this new technology is proof of this. The Chinese have already made their own Navy fighter, the J-15, a copy of the Soviet Su-33 with improved electronics.